Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. It's good to have you here once again. So guys, today I'll be talking to you about 12 realistic steps I think you need to take if you need to get a fully funded scholarship. Like reasonable steps you need to take, practical steps you need to take if you must get a fully funded scholarship. So if this is for you, if you're seeking to get a fully funded scholarship, I think this video is for you. You should go ahead and watch this video till the end. If you're here today, if you're joining me today, please do watch to the end. I have an offer for every single person watching today. I have an offer to every single person looking to get a fully funded scholarship. I have an offer to you. I have an offer to you on getting to secure a fully funded scholarship. So watch till the end to get to know about the offer. Thank you. Anyways, this video won't be in any particular order. I would just be mentioning them one after the other. No particular order of things you need to do, just a random pick of them, but I'm going to be giving you every single one of them. Just a random pick of them. Number one, I think you need to get an international passport. Yes, an international passport. There's no way you are making applications for scholarship, for admission and all that, and you would say you do not have an international passport. It's like unreasonable of you to do that, because most of the applications you'll be making, you'll be required to submit a form of ID. Sometimes they specifically stated that you need to scan and upload your international passport. So this is really primary. You need to get an international passport. Nigerians, look at me. I said get an international passport. You need it. So it's not when maybe you've gotten the scholarship, or maybe when the scholarship application is really close, that's when you're running around helter-skelter looking for where to get your passport and all that. And you know how long international passport takes for it to be out. So you need to start on time and get your international passports. Next on my list is a transcript. Your transcript, your certificate, your statement of purpose. Like you need to get those things settled, because every single application you'll be making, they will need your transcript, they will need your certificate, they will need your statement of purpose. Yes, I get it. Some people might be in their final year and their transcripts are not yet out. So how can you go around that? What I would advise you, I saw this play out from a friend. During my undergraduate days, I saw a friend always request for each semester, or it was each semester results signed, printed by department and signed. He did that throughout until we got to our 400 level. He always demanded that the department printed out his result for each semester. After printing it out, the HOD will sign on it. Now, if you're an undergraduate, you are like, okay, how do I go about this? This is what you need to do. Demand that the department print out and the HOD sign on your results. They can do that. It's as simple as that. And when you get all these things from your 100 level to your 300, and maybe your first semester for your final year, you print this out and you upload it. Schools would accept this for your application. So you need to do that. Now, if you're a graduate already, this is something you need to get immediately. Before you even finish your exams. Okay, let's assume immediately you finish your exam, make application for your transcript. You need this. Another thing is that, yes, I get it. Nigerian universities take like ages before they, issue you your certificate. I know some other countries too that, adopt this method. I think it's crazy, but they actually do. Sometimes 2 years, 3 years before your certificate come to you. What I think you should do, you need to request for your statement of purpose. Really important. This would be stating that yes, you've graduated from the school. It would be stating the class of degree you graduated with. It would carry the necessary information that your certificate would carry. And in most of the cases that I've seen, that I've made applications to, you can use this in place of your certificate. Even though sometimes maybe by the time you would be needing to start your program, or by the time you'll be ending it, they would ask that you submit your certificate. But most schools, like schools in the UK, they understand that in Nigerian system takes long, like 2 years before your certificate will be out. So if you finish, like let's say you finished in 2018, or let's say you just finished 2019, UK universities won't be demanding for your certificate. Submission of your statement of purpose, they will take that in the place of your certificate. So I think you should demand for your transcript, you should demand for your statement of purpose. If you're just finishing, you need to demand for that. If you're still in your final year, you need to demand for departments to print out your semester by semester results and sign on it. If your school can also do that for you, that's at the school level, not just the departmental level, they can also do that. That is fine. Another thing I would want to talk about is to translate your certificates. This is for those who did not school in English speaking countries. Some people schooled in maybe France, some people schooled in maybe Benin. I think Benin use French, I don't know. But if you school in any country that is a French or maybe a Portuguese majority speaking country, and maybe you were taught in French or Portuguese, and you're looking for scholarships that are English language based, you need to translate your certificates. You need to translate your transcripts. Very important. You need to translate them. It's not when they would ask you to submit all these things, you now start running left, right, and center, looking for where to translate them. It's important you do this translation in time. Do you get me? You need to translate them. Very important. The next on my list is take English test. I actually hate to advise people to take English test, particularly if you're Nigerian. I hate to advise people to take English test because I don't like it, and I feel there is actually no need for it. Taking an English test, there's actually no need for it. So I most times do not advise people. For one, I didn't have to take an English test for my scholarship. I didn't have to take an English test for my scholarship. But if you come from a country that you were not taught in English, or as a person you are not particularly good with English language, I think it's important you take English language tests. You need to take an English language test, TOEFL, IELTS, what have you. And even now, I get it that TOEFL might be really expensive. I get it that IELTS might be really expensive. But with the advent of Duolingo is just $49. You can take that in place of this TOEFL. But before you do that, you need to confirm from your university, because Duolingo is online, and with the issue of COVID, schools are increasingly accepting Duolingo. I know of Johns Hopkins University accepts Duolingo. So you need to confirm from your school. You need to make them understand that this is what you are taking. If they would accept it, you need to make a case for yourself, particularly if you don't have the money for TOEFL and IELTS. So yes, take an English test. And you also need to understand if your scholarship or the university you're applying to, if they would need English test, so you need to take it. Another thing some scholarship bodies also ask of is for you to, notarize your certificates or legalize them. I think some of my colleagues for this ERASMUS, some of them were looking for places to, notarize or legalize their certificates and all that. So it's important when you find out the scholarship you're applying to, when you find out the schools you're applying to, you need to in time understand or get to find out whether they would need you to notarize or legalize your documents, so that you can do that in time. It's not when the deadline is so close, super close, you will not start running around left, right, and center. That is actually a wrong move for you to make. So in time, what you need to do, you need to notarize your document. You need to, legalize your documents. If the schools and scholarships you're applying to, not all scholarships, not all schools would require that. I think just a few of them. So you need to understand that, check out for them and do what you have to do in time. Also, another thing I would also want to advise you is you need to start in time to make these applications. Most of the scholarship applications, you need to make applications for them a year before the start date. ERASMUS, for example, ERASMUS Mundus scholarship, application cycle always opens sometime in September, and from September till the first set get to close sometime end of January. So you see, it's like almost a year to your start date, like over 9 months to your start date. You get to start by September, but the application gets to close by January. So as much as possible, ensure that you try to make your application from the year before. It's like when it's already a year to your start date, when you plan to start, you need to make application before then. It's not like 2 months to the application to your start date. That's when you start looking for scholarships. You don't have to wait for that. especially those in final years and all that. It's in your final year. If you're an undergraduate, it's in your final year you need to make these applications. If you must start the next year, it's in your final year you need to make these applications. I hope you get this now. Another thing I would want to advise you, based on what I've heard people say to me and based on what people have said, it's that you don't have to be static about where you want to study or where you want to get your fundings and all that. Now I get it. Okay, you want to school in Canada, fine. You want to school in the US, fine. You want to school in the UK, fine. But there are other options. You don't have to be static about them. There is not just one road leading to the stream. There are different roads leading to the stream, so you need to sample them. Yes, you got to follow what you want to do. Yes, you want the US, yes, you want UK. You have to apply to them. But at the same time, I don't think you need to be static, because sometimes you might not get funding for those ones you really have your mind at, but you can get fundings for other ones. So would you now dump those the funding you get for maybe your second option? I don't think you should do that. So as much as possible, don't be static with it. Sample other options that you have. Make applications to them. Sample other options. There are multiple options, and you might be surprised. You might just get funding for the second one instead of the first one which you have your mind at. So you can do something about that. Another thing I would want to say is, please ensure that you follow those people who have already achieved what you want to achieve. Now, if you are applying for a master's scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship, you need to follow those who already got the scholarship. Because one or two things, you're going to learn one or two things from their posts. You're going to learn one or two things from comments. Sometimes you might even get an opportunity to speak with them. They can, get to advise you on what to do and stuff like that. You're applying for scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and you're not following people that already got the scholarship. Sometimes you might be writing your own application and you get stuck, and you can just message them and you're like, this is where I am stuck. What can you advise me to do? These are important things you need to do. You need to follow people who already have these opportunities that you're seeking to get. If you're a master's student already and you want to get it funded for a PhD, it's important you follow strategic people who are already in that field, like you are trying to, get to. You need to follow these people. These people are all over. They're on Twitter, LinkedIn, they're on Facebook. They're like everywhere. You need to follow them. One or two things, like these people's posts or their comments might give you insights to your application. I think it's really important you do that. And one of the places I've really most recently seen where people are gaining opportunities, getting to meet other people, is Twitter. Like recently, I've really been on Twitter and I've been seeing a lot of people. Most Nigerians are out there posting opportunities left, right, and center every day on Twitter, especially PhD candidates. PhD students, I think that's what they are called, or candidates, anyone. I see them post every single day. I see Jide posts. I think his handle is it Jamaticulous or what? I see him post every day. I see Ijesha Canada post every day. I see Aaron post every day. And I see one Ibeazu guy post every day, different opportunities. So you're seeking for master's, a funded master's program, PhD funded, and you're not following some of these people. Some of them post on a day, per second, per minute, I'll say a lot of those things. Sometimes they're posting on behalf of their professors whom they are already working with. You need to follow some of these people because they are every single time posting out opportunities, and you can just get that funding from them because of the information they put out. So you need to follow them. Another thing also, programs you're applying to, universities you're applying to, it's important you follow them. I don't know why you would be applying to a certain program and you're not following them on Twitter, you're not following them on Facebook, you're not following them on Instagram, you're not following them anywhere. You're just applying. I think that's a wrong move. Why would you not follow them? You need to follow these programs you're applying to, the universities. Important. You need to follow them. Another thing is, you do not need a perfect CGPA, perfect score, a perfect grade to start applying for your scholarship fundings and all that. I see a lot of people asking me at the comment sections of my YouTube videos, and they're like, can somebody with a 2-2 make applications for scholarship or fundings and blah, 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 and all that. See, Obeni, you don't need a perfect CGPA, you don't need a perfect grade to make applications for these things. There are people with 2-2 on the Erasmus Mundus scholarship program. It just depends how much you're able to project that you need this scholarship, how much you're able to project that you're a better candidate over even someone with a first class. It's important. Do you have the relevant experience? If you have a 2-2, okay, somebody with a first class has an academic advantage over you, but then you can have a professional advantage over the person. You might have experience working in the industry, working in the industry and all that. So you don't have to have that perfect CGPA to make applications. If you're an undergraduate and maybe you're on a 2-2 at the moment, you're in your final, you're in 2-2, and you're wondering, okay, how can you go about it and all that? I think it's time for you to start volunteering. I think it's time for you to start taking other courses that are not attached to your degree. You need to start taking other courses. You need to attend conferences. You need to volunteer. You need to start working, maybe part-time internship. You need to start doing all those ones there. If you don't have the first class, you need to have the experience. It's important. Please, it's important. And sometimes if you can get it over someone who has a first class, so it's important. Yes. Another thing I would like to say is that you need to make your research, like do your research on schools and scholarships you're applying to, scholarship bodies. Research on these schools you're applying to, research on the scholarship bodies you are applying to. You need to make that research yourself. Don't go around asking people to send you link, application link. Like you're asking for a link to ERASMUS Mundus scholarship. You need to sit down by yourself and research on these scholarships available. You can't come to someone's DM and be asking the person, can you send me link to ERASMUS Mundus scholarship? Can you send me link to Chevening scholarship? It does not happen that way. Go and sit down, research on the schools, research on this website. What is it's enough information that you have the name of the scholarship body, you have the name. It's for you to sit down and research, especially scholarship bodies and scholarship programs that are out there, like Erasmus Mundus. Up till now, people are asking me, can you send me a link? Another thing I would want to say is you need to sit down and research and learn to write letters, cover letters, learn to write your SOPs, learn to write your motivation letter, learn to write all the essays that would be needed. You might be good with maybe academic writings, but you might not be good with writing SOPs and motivation letters and cover letters. I think they're totally different things. Just like how you might be good with writing your SOPs, cover letters, but academic writing, you're not that good with it. So I think it's important you need to sit down. There are videos available on YouTube. There are videos available like almost anywhere, readily available for you. There are write-ups, blog write-ups available for you to read, get an insight on how to write these things. Nobody should be writing your SOP for you. You need to sit down, learn to write them. The most anybody can do for you is to review your SOP. Nobody should be writing your SOP for you. The most anybody can do is to review your SOP for you. So you need to sit down, learn how to write this thing. It's an art. You need to sit down, learn the art of writing cover letter, learn the art of writing your SOP. It would really be important in getting you any funding, getting you a scholarship. I think it's really important. You need to do this. Finally, don't just apply to one scholarship. Don't just apply to one school. Don't just apply to just one scholarship. I think it's important you begin to apply for multiple scholarship opportunities out there. You need to apply to more than one school. You need to apply to more than one scholarship opportunity. It's important you make those applications. More than it. Chinaza was talking to me the other day and she said, Jennifer, I applied to more than 50 scholarships. Out of the 50 scholarships, she only got 2. Out of the 50 scholarships, she only got 2. She got Erasmus and she got Chevening. These are the only 2 scholarships she got after 3 years of making applications. After 3 years of making applications. 3 years, and she made applications of over 50 scholarships. Over 50, and she got 2. So my request to you is that make applications to more than one scholarship body or scholarship opportunity out there. More than one school, you need to make applications. Spread your tentacles. Apply to anything applicable. So long as you can apply to it, just make applications for anything applicable. Make those applications. For those applying to Erasmus Mundus scholarship, like I would always advise you to apply. The best scholarship opportunity out there. Please The scholarship body says that you can apply to up to 3 programs and scholarships. Please go ahead and maximize that, but don't go over 3 and apply for 4. No, apply for that 3 complete. You might get just 1, you might get 2, you might get even the 3. It's better to get the 3, to get all of them, and then sit down and make that choice of which one to go with, than not getting anyone at all, or not getting the only one you made applications for. Please, you need to go ahead and make those applications. Very important. Don't be stubborn like me. I made just 1 application for my Erasmus Mundus scholarship and I was lucky to get it. Please don't be stubborn. You can go ahead and make your applications for the 3. I think it's really important. Hey guys, thank you for staying with me today, and I hope this video was really helpful to you. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. I hope these realistic steps to getting a fully funded scholarship, I hope it gets to help you. And like I would always say, go out there, get that, make those applications, follow those people you're supposed to follow, learn more things. There are videos on YouTube, there are videos like everywhere for you to, get insights and make better applications. Maximize them. Okay guys, so do not forget, our January 2021 goal is to hit 500 subscribers by 31st of January. Very important to me, very important. So at the moment we are at a 477 subscribers. We are at 477 subscribers. Really, it's God not wonderful? Yes. So we have like 23 to go. And yes, really important. We need to hit that 500 subscribers. And if we get to hit that 500 subscribers by the 31st of January, what will be my gift to you all? My gift to you all is I'm going to be choosing 5 people. I would be having a 1-month-long mentorship program on how to secure a fully funded Erasmus Mundus scholarship and maybe other scholarships. So, but then 1 month long on how to get a fully funded scholarship. Please guys, do like this video. Please guys, do subscribe to my channel, invite other people, recommend my channel. And yeah, when we get to hit that by the 31st of January, I would be sending out, making a video and telling you on steps how to get on board for the mentorship, on how to get this fully funded scholarship. But hopefully we'll get there. If we don't get there, I would be moving it to when we get 1,000 subscribers. So yes, we better get there. We better get there because a lot of people need this opportunity. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, I would see you when we hit 500 subscribers with this offer that I just mentioned. All right guys, see you in my next video. Bye.